million under 10 seats. There's 47,000 seats in the stadium. Sorry, it's too early for me to be thinking. Would you be willing to go through every single seat in that stadium? Would you? Or would you stop after you, like, let's say you flip up 200 seats and you're like, gosh, I haven't found $1 million yet. Am I going to quit? Heck no. Hello. There is like 46,000 other seats. And yeah, it's going to take you a little bit of time because guess what? You have a life in addition to going through those seats. You can't just sit there and flip seats because you're going to get burnt out. So you go and you start flipping the seats. Yes, you would be there all day, but it's going to take longer than all day, Sarah, because you have to pace yourself. You're probably going to have encouragement from your friends and family. You're going to probably have to stop and take a drink. You're probably going to stop and have to go take a poo-poo. Life is going to happen while you're flipping those seats. But guess what? All those seats, what if all those seats were at the very end of the stadium? What if you made your way through every single seat and you're tired and your husband is in the other room complaining? He's on the phone. He's saying, why aren't you home? Why haven't you cooked dinner? And you're sitting there and you're flipping the seats and you're like, this sucks. She said that there was $1 million under 10 seats and I've made it through 42,000 seats. I'm going to quit. Guess what that next seat would have been? That next seat would have been $1 million. And guess what? You missed it. And the person that's behind you that's going to take over from you is going to flip that seat. And guess what they're going to find? I don't even have to tell you. You know what they're going to find. So that's why balance is so important in this day and age of social media, because you can get so involved and so entrenched in your phone and trying to create relationships and trying to do all this amazing stuff that guess what? You're going to get burnt out. You're going to get burnt out. And then you're not going to flip the seat. So, that speaks to not only balance, and it also speaks to consistency. Because guess what? You don't keep going. You don't every single day do something for your business, whether it's going live or it's trying out something new. Watch a makeup tutorial on a product that you have in maybe your presenter's kit or maybe something that you want to buy. Hey, you're like, oh, I have heard about BB cream, but I don't really know how to use it. I don't really know if I'll like it. Well, guess what? Watch a tutorial on it before you buy it, get excited about wanting to buy it, and then feel motivated to sell enough this week to buy yourself a BB cream for free. It's that simple. You just have to want to be excited about it, and if you're excited, you can share your enthusiasm with somebody else. That's why the Power Hour is so important. Yes, it is. So, my task for you today on this gorgeous Monday morning is I want you to write down your business hours, because business hours, and I do this probably every month or two, I kind of redefine my business hours because, I get overwhelmed and just like you all, life happens. So I want you today to write down your business hours, and that doesn't mean that you're available from 9 to 5 p.m. because your business hours are when you tell your team, whether you have a team of 1, you have a team of 0, or you have a team of 50. You have business hours, and that's when you tell your team, if you contact me between 12 and 1, I will get back to you quickly. If you contact me outside of those business hours, I will respond to you, but it may take at least 24 hours because guess what? I have a life and I'm dedicated to my business, just like you're dedicated to your business. So you make those business hours, and during those business hours, you're available. Stay laser focused. Have business hours that are comfortable for you. Something that makes you feel like you are accessible. And, even if you don't have a team yet, I highly suggest that you set up business hours for yourself, because that's time that you're okay with looking at your phone and you're like, I don't feel bad about this. My kids are taking a nap. This is my business hours. And as your team grows, your business hours can grow, okay? For me personally, I have business hours 2 times a day. I have business hours from 12 to 1, and then from 8:30 to 11:30 at night, because I do most of my work at night because that's when my kids are asleep. And do what works for you, because that's important.